Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me for another bonus episode in this series in which I'm sharing our family's experiences in the last year of our daughter Hannah's life, which spanned from February 2008 through February 2009. My desire is to process through the events of those 12 months with a perspective that 16 years has brought, and to point listeners to hope in Jesus along the way. I'm grateful you've joined me. This is bonus episode number 125, Sudden Change of Plans, November 2nd, 2008. We arrived at Arkansas Children's Hospital that Monday morning all prayed up and psyched up for Hannah's MRI. We had no idea we would be admitted to the hospital instead. Here's my email from 16 years ago today. Well, today didn't turn out at all like we thought it would. We went to Children's Hospital expecting to have an MRI, which would tell us how effective Hannah's radiation treatments have been. When we arrived and began the routine blood work and vital sign measurements, we discovered that Hannah had a fever of 101 degrees. She had not been feeling well for several days, which we had attributed to the remaining effects of the radiation. Her throat has been terribly sore, and she's had a nearly constant cough. She's been able to eat and drink very little due to her discomfort and congestion. Her symptoms had actually improved somewhat over the last day or so we were really quite surprised that she had a fever this morning. We visited with the doctor, who decided to cancel the MRI, since it would be very difficult for her to lie still for over an hour without coughing. He was going to send us home with oral antibiotics, but said we would wait for the blood work results before making a final decision. The blood work showed platelets of only 3,000, very low, and a white blood count of 0.13, extremely low. The extremely low white blood count indicates that she has almost no ability to fight off infection. So, it was decided that she would receive an infusion of platelets and that she would be admitted to the hospital for a couple of days for IV antibiotics. They did a chest x-ray to rule out pneumonia, and it was negative. They believe she has bronchitis and that the antibiotics should knock it out pretty quickly. If all goes well, she will probably have her MRI on Wednesday, and then we should be released. Hannah and I are both actually relieved to be in the hospital, where we know she can get the medicine she needs to get well. I'm also glad to have the MRI postponed until she's feeling better, because it is a rather nerve-wracking procedure even when you're feeling your best. Because Hannah's immunity is so low, she is not able to have visitors during her stay in the hospital. We have to be very careful to protect her from any additional bugs. We know there are many, many prayers that were lifted today on Hannah's behalf, and we are so thankful. It is very humbling to know that so many people take time out of their busy days to bring our daughter before the Lord. Today's events remind us that we are not in control of Hannah's situation, not in the least, but God is. And it's so comforting to know that He is good all the time. Jill and Brad.